Energy of dancing, but I'm always looking for more of that kiss of inspiration. In October of 2006, a group of us came together here in Berkeley, California to explore and gain insights into the experience of dance and inspiration. The workshop was facilitated by Eva Vigran. We used questions, stories, drawings, and dance to delve deeper into the nature of inspiration. First, we each began with our own personal definition. To me, there's a whole spectrum of experiences and feelings that come under the term inspiration. Everything from a sudden burst of creative thought to a life-changing transformational experience that gives you energy for the rest of your life. In this drawing, I wanted to focus first on how some of the different short bursts of inspirations are expressed. Aha! That's it. Of course. It just popped into my head. Yeah! Eureka! I found it! And finally, the infinity sign shows there's many more definitions in the spectrum.
So to me, inspiration is really tied with exploration and discovery. Arm reaching and exploring space and encountering all the different energies and colors and mysteries that are out there.
My personal feeling about inspiration is, and that is when I feel inspired, I just feel really open, filled like with light, and I feel like I can do, but I can do anything when I feel inspired, and these are just like ideas just start popping. Oh yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that.
And then it feels at the same time as if something is going out, but also something is coming in. So there's clearly the center here, but there's clearly also something coming in from everywhere else. So the center is here, but it's also everywhere else. And I, as me, do not really exist. I'm absolutely unimportant. I do not have to think. Everything just comes to me.
For me is to have change. And to have some kind of change happen, some kind of transformation happen, something starts moving, something starts shifting. And I do feel really open and really free.
What I experience is that something seems to touch me on a very deep level. I'm present, I'm in my body, I feel joyful, light. I'm not in my head, you know, I'm just really in my body. Something from inside has taken over.
When I think of being inspired, I think of really being in my body and really present. That feeling of being in your body and just being with wherever you are, and moving it out into this space and out into the world, like, it's like the words aren't really adequate.
What does being uninspired feel like?
I thought of the last time I was uninspired. I decided to try a new art teacher because I thought it would be good for me to try to expand my horizons and not just do something that's familiar. And it was not a very happy day. It made me feel like I couldn't draw, that, you know, try this, don't do that, don't do this. I said, I'd like to do people. No, no, no. You've got to do vases first. And I didn't want to do a vase. And he just seemed to be in power. He was one of those people, very, very powerful. And what he knew, that was the only way to do it. And somehow when you're in that environment, you kind of get smaller and smaller. Oh, I can't do it.
It's just about being depressed. That's the feeling. I had like a period in the underworld after I broke up with my boyfriend, and you know, it was just very underworld period, and that sort of feeling of not having the confidence to go out and, you know, make things happen, and not having the confidence to be myself. And you know, I still get it. I'm sort of not totally through it. I'm a lot better, but this isn't so long ago. I have been in this place in the recent past. Very uninspired. Oh, I'm fucked up inside.
Well, that makes two of us that are fucked up now. All right, so leave me alone.
Fucked up inside.
Well, leave me alone then.
I'm fucked up inside. Rest. I'm fucked up inside. I want to rest. I'm fucked up inside.
When we did the exercise and we were dancing and I was dancing my uninspired dance, what came up for me, I remember 3 words that I was using. One is, I'm so bored. I'm so bored. Another one was, I'm stuck. And another one was, I'm numb. So it feels like when I'm uninspired, like I'm like dragging myself around the dance floor, and I'm just doing these repetitive, trying to, you know, keep on moving and trying to dance and trying to feel joy, but it's like I can't do it. I'm just like bored. I can't seem to pull myself out of it. It just feels so boring, and I just feel so numb.
Well, this looks kind of like a coffin, but it's supposed to be a bed. And for a very long time in my life, I was sleeping, in a sense, and wasn't really aware of a lot of my potential for joy and connection with other people. That's kind of my lack of inspiration, was sort of like telling people to leave me alone and just let me sleep. Let me sleep in peace. That's sort of my idea of uninspiredness. Leave me alone.
I'm fucked up inside.
Yes, you are. Leave me alone.
Fucked up inside.
That's right. Leave me alone. Well, I'm tired of you.
I'm fucked up inside.
Well, that makes two of us that
I'm
are fucked up now.
inside.
All right, so leave me alone.
All right. This is kind of how I feel about this drawing. It's like there's this big, blue, smashing weight on me. And this feels like being kind of just completely weighed down. Like I didn't realize it when I was making it, but I'm under here. Like this is me somewhere in there. And then this giant weight is kind of on me, and don't tell me anything. Stop talking.
I want to go forward.
Too many people are leaning on me. Let me go. No.
Oh, I want to go forward. No, I want to rest.
No. I don't want to hear it. No. No, don't tell me.
You mustn't.
No.
You're
I
wrong.
don't want to hear anymore.
You're wrong. You're stupid.
No. Too many people are hanging on me.
My first drawing association with uninspired was this box. And then the box happened to be in this color, and then the flag, which is my native flag, came out of it. What I connected with was that the sense that there's always inspiration And what stops the inspiration is the thoughts, is the words, you're stupid, you can't do that, or you're wrong, you're bad, that are sort of very prevalent in the culture I come from, that we keep each other down, shaming each other using those kinds of statements. You mustn't. You're wrong. I don't want to hear anymore. You're wrong. You're stupid. It's all your fault. No. You're stupid. No more. You mustn't. Don't talk to me. You're wrong.
My husband was sick, and I was kind of just getting out of being sick, and I was still very tired, but there was loads of laundry, loads of stuff to do. But it was very clear I still needed to rest because I was still kind of half sick, but there was also all the things that you should do and take care of him, and so there I was stuck. Very uninspired. So I couldn't get anything done because I was so stuck. I go forward, but I can't. I just can't. Oh. No, I want to go forward. No, I want to rest.
This might look cute, but it's very uninspired. Feeling like a little tiny bug, and that no one wants to listen to me, no one can hear me. And also not knowing when to talk at the right moment, like talking and then other people are talking over me, or having a feeling that I don't quite know how to get into the conversation in the right rhythm, and feeling really small and really frustrated and really uninspired and wanting to share and be a part of it, but not knowing how to get into the groove of the group. Like I'm isolated and not part of the group, and everyone else is part of the group.
Me, the uninspiration is when I go to the dance. It's like I would be dancing, and it's like it seems like nobody's present. I feel like I'm like dancing by myself, and I can't feel any energy. I'm totally alone, and there's no way to connect to this energy, to the energy. And then I dance around. It's like nothing happens, and kind of a very alienated feeling. Where are you?
I can't do it.
I'm all by myself. I can't get connected.
I can't do it.
Where are they? Where'd they go?
I can't do it.
Oh! Oh, we're connecting. We're connecting. It's so wonderful. We're connecting. It's so great. I'm alive. I'm alive. What was one of your first inspirations? It was when I was probably 6, 7, 8 or so, and I really got into reading adventure books like Call of the Wild and Jack London kind of books about adventure in nature, in the wilds. And I'd start a book and I'd just get so into it, and just like, I couldn't like put it down. So I just spend all night reading, and at night I had to go to bed and all that, but I'd sneak a flashlight under the blankets, so my parents wouldn't see the light, and I'd be reading these books like all night long.
I'm a total water freak, eine Wasserratte, we call it in German, a water rat. And also as a kid, I always was a water rat. And all the baby pictures when I'm kind of in this Badewanne, in this bathtub, I'm and also just throw me in the water, and I'm just and I just have these wonderful memories, and these are wonderful memories with my dad, actually, of being in the water and he throwing me around in the water. He has me on his back, standing on his back or sitting on his back, and then he just catapults out of the water, and I just fly through the air and splash into the water. I just love that.
Mine was learning how to jump from rock to rock and boulder to boulder over this rushing river in Yosemite. It was my dad sort of guiding me through it because it was really easy jumping, and I just so clearly remember him saying, you could do this if there wasn't a river underneath. And just this like clicking of, oh yeah, I could. And then just having so much fun jumping and running, and this confidence of like, oh yeah, I'm totally capable, I'm totally strong, my body can do it, I'm brave, and you know, here I go. And I remember it every time I'm at rivers.
Mine was my first dance recital, and I was 4 or 5 maybe. And I remember the feeling of going out on the stage, and I was just first petrified. And I just remember all these lights, and I couldn't really see the faces. And then I started moving, and I went into a different zone, a different world that I'd ever felt. And when I came off the stage, my ballet teacher, Mrs. Eppelman, she came over to me and she said, Joan, you look like a leaf floating across the stage. And that I just took inside and kept that forever.
I don't have a conscious memory, but for as long as I've done almost as long as I've done inner work, there's been this phenomenally happy little girl. She's like 3 or 4 years old, and she's out in the field and just like ecstatic and running and moving the body. So I'm sure that something good happened back there. At some point that my body remembers,
An image came of going back to when I was a little baby, lying on my back, and first discovering, I guess, that I could move my arms and my legs. So I just kept playing with that when I was on the floor, and seeing what movements my body wanted to make with my arms and my legs, and that just kind of went into some of these words like a back and forth, a kind of a rhythm, and rocking kind of fluid motion.
When I was little, I used to spin in the living room and like spin and spin until like the world went around, and of course that's very powerful, 'cause it's like being a dervish, and it's just that feeling of being all connected, it's like you're not separate parts really.
Mine was much more recent and really was an experience of awakening and really breaking through some walls in my own life and releasing a lot of energy. And that. So.
I don't know, it just popped into my head. I went on this long bike ride with my cousin Roger, and we left the island and we took the ferry, and then we rode really far, and we got all these fresh oranges and we put them, and we rode all the way back. And it was really far, and it was so much fun. It was like the escape, and it was just it was like really fun. I don't know, I was really in my body.
What brings you back to dance, or what inspires you about dance?
So what brings me back to dance is really connecting with different parts of myself and uncovering different parts of myself. What brought me to dance initially was really being stuck in my life, and movement really got me moving in my life and helps me kind of uncover some parts that may be hidden. Like today, I was just feeling, I was kind of surprised myself by emerging with sort of a very pugilistic, combative movement at the end. I was thinking about some times in my life when I've avoided conflict, and so that's a part of me that I think I've I push down. It's fun to kind of come to dance and play with that.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
The phrase that I came up with is dance brings me back to myself. And what brings me to dance is just, I love to dance, like more than anything in the world. But I think that thing of exploring different sides of yourself and the idea of creating something out of nothing and just it just comes through you and it's just this sort of miracle thing. Dance brings me back to myself.
I'm so fucked up inside.
So fucked up inside. I'm so fucked up inside.
What brings me back to the dance is the feeling of what happens for me is I can really feel my body and I can feel what wants to let go and what wants to come in. It brought me back today to being at Burning Man this year and dancing and having just an amazing experience of the mixing of energies of the music and my body and then energy and how energy wanted to just move through me. So what brings me back to the dance is feeling energy moving through my body and knowing whether it wants to leave me or whether I want to bring in something new and inspirational. I'm going with the flow. I'm moving and flowing.
I've been aware for a while that I carry a fair amount of anger about what's going on in my body and things that happened to me when I was a kid. And one of them was somebody grabbing me and shaking me. What happens for me when I dance is that I can get in touch with that anger, and then the energy stays and the juice stays, but the story kind of goes, and then I feel like I'm really in my body and I feel like I'm okay, and it's a really powerful transformation for me. It's sometimes a scary place to go because there's a lot of energy in it.
I don't want to hear it.
I'm free.
No, don't hang on
I'm
me.
free.
I don't want to hear it. Don't hang on me.
I'm free.
Oh, I can't hear it.
I'm free.
Just letting go, sinking. So all these blue things is sort of energy letting go. Just resting, letting go. And when I let go and sort of there was less tension holding my body, not dancing, just letting go, and then there's always movement to be found somewhere. It was kind of beautiful because the more I let go, the more I felt held.
No, I can't. No, I can't. No, I can't. You're stupid. You can't.
Before, when we danced, I really had this experience of not being able to stop. And that is also what brings me back to the dance. It is this trust that some kind of movement will take over and will take me out of some kind of stuck place or heavy place or place where I don't know how to get out of. That out of a sudden there's some movement that takes over, that just surprises me, and I can't stop. It is bigger than me.
I want to go forward, but I can't. I want to go forward.
I can fly.
But I can't.
I can fly.
I want to go forward, but I can't.
Oh, but try backwards. Why didn't you try backwards first? I want to go forward.
I want to go forward! I want to stop flying, but I can't.
For the question, I came up with open up doors of, and I couldn't think of the answer, so I still don't know what the answer is. But I know the feeling. It was kind of these little explosions. So, and those explosions were, I think, just new ideas, new feelings. There's always something new coming up.
Don't tell me that. I feel so alone.
Over here, the doors are opening.
No. Doors? I'm not sure if they're doors. I'm not sure. Sweat?